άρχισε η οδύσσιά μου. Ο γουλιάδος μου, ο Ερίκος ο Σεβίλιας, ο οποίος ήταν στο Auschwitz με τον αριθμό, πέθανε με τον αριθμό.
Ερίκος Σεβίλιας από την Αθήνα.
Je třeba nově formovat politické strany a zredukovat jejich počet proti době předválečné, nově vytvářet poměr Čechů a Slováků a vylikvidovat zejména nekompromisně Němce, zemí českých a Maďarů na Slovensku.
If you were of that age at that time, you knew you were going to be in the Navy. I know I didn't want the Army, that was money and that sort of thing. I knew I didn't want the Navy, and because I was in the water. So, no, I had just a little bit of flying experience, and I loved it. My name is Theodore J. Van Kirk, and I was a major. I think I probably flew about 15 missions out of England. And then I got transferred down to North Africa where I completed the rest of 58, I believe. If you made 25 missions, you were either the luckiest person alive or the German pilots were lousy shots. In my case, the German pilots were lousy shots. I was down in New Orleans. I got a call from Tibbets. I met Tibbets before that, before I flew the first mission out of England. That was the best day of my life. He saved my life a couple of times. And he says, I'm organizing a new group. He says, I can't tell you what it's about, but he says, if it works, we're either going to end or officially shorten the war. And he says, I want you to be my group navigator. I got orders to report to the Silver Plate Project in Wendover, Utah. We trained primarily to make the rapid turn and running away from the bomb. That was our primary training. That was our biggest worry, was getting away from the bomb. You know, how do you get away from a bomb? You drop the bomb goes this way, you go this way, but you had to make a very rapid turn. Tibbetts practiced, he can make that turn in less than a minute. So you're at 30,000 feet now. He's in a 60-degree bank, which is a very sharp bank for a B-20 dog at that altitude. We knew the time was approaching and everything else because they had the test explosions in New Mexico. When they finally briefed us for the bomb, for the mission and everything else, they briefed us that we were going to go out and drop the atomic bomb and everything of that type. And go get some sleep. Now, how the hell they expected you to tell you were going out and drop the first atomic bomb and then go get some sleep is beyond me. Tibbetts, Farabee, and I were in the same poker game. We obviously didn't sleep. We get down to the airplane, that's the first thing. It just as 245 comes in, right, we take off. The first problem was getting off the ground. We were very heavily overloaded. Just before we hit to 10,000 feet, Morris Jepson went back in the bomb bay and did the final arming of the bomb. And that visitor says, didn't that make you nervous? I says, hell, I'm nervous already. How much more nervous could I get? And we're about 30,000 feet. I could see the outline of Japan from miles away. I went in, crossed Shikoku. I turned to the westerly heading and called Tom Farabee, and I say, if you can't see it now, you're blind. The city of Hiroshima is up there, and you can see the bridge. That was our aiming point. It took the bomb 43 seconds from the time we dropped it at 30,000 feet until the time it exploded at 18,000 feet. The first thing you saw was that large white cloud that was up well above our altitude. If you look down to the city of Hiroshima, it just looked like a pot of boiling oil covering the city.
The world will note that the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, a military base. If Japan does not surrender, bombs will have to be dropped on her war industries, and unfortunately, thousands of civilian lives will be lost.
Well, there was nothing celebratory about it at all, or anything. We're just dropping another bomb.
It was so dark because of the smoke and dust being sucked up in the mushroom cloud, and the ghostly procession. I say ghostly because they just didn't look like human beings. Their hair was just all standing up towards the sky, They were burned and blackened and swollen. Parts of the bodies were missing, and they were covered with blood, and clothes were tattered, and the flesh and skin hanging from their bones.
Yoshiaka stumbles to the door of the communications bunker. Climbing on top of the bunker, she is stunned to discover her city in ruins.
There was a soldier on the ground suffering from burns. I thought, there's someone on the ground, and ran towards him. He noticed me and said, half groaning, "We've been hit by a new type of bomb." A new type of bomb.
A local photographer finds a huddle of burned people on the morning of August 6th, trying to soothe their wounds with cooking oil. After seeing his classmates consumed by fire, 7-year-old Takashi Tanamori is pulled from the ruins of his burning school by a soldier and carried into the city.
There was a man, I think he was a man, unrecognizably burned, scarred, and marred. You can't tell it, but I knew that was a man. He said to the soldier who's clutching me in his arm, he said, "Water, water, please, water." And the soldier just...
"11-year-old Tetsushi Yonezawa and his mother are only 750 yards from ground zero, shielded in a crowded tram. All the other passengers are killed by the blast.
My mother and I were surrounded by people, so we were uninjured. I knocked my head and got shards of glass in my hair, but at that time I didn't notice them. My mother grabbed my hand and said, 'Are you all right, Tetsushi?' When I replied that I was okay, she said that we should get off the tram.
Yoshiaka returns to her post in the communications bunker, desperate to send out the news of what has happened in Hiroshima. She finds one working phone and reaches an officer in regional headquarters.
I said, "Yes, the whole of Hiroshima has been annihilated." The person at the other end said, "I don't understand what you are saying. What do you mean, annihilated?" As I thought about how I could possibly make him understand, I remembered what the soldier on the embankment said. "We've been hit by a new type of bomb." So I said to him, "We've been hit by a new type of bomb."